So I thought I'd do something a little bit different this year. I hope you're not too disappointed. I'm sure many of you came here tonight expecting to hear a sermon about the Gospel of Luke, about Mary and Joseph going to Bethlehem, the baby born and laid in a manger, and the shepherds in the fields, and the angel. But I thought tonight I would preach on the letter to Titus. Nah. Not going to do that. Although the letter of Titus kind of just gets passed over every year. After the beautiful poetry of Isaiah, it's kind of hard to imagine Handel composing an oratorio with these words. The grace of God has appeared, bringing salvation to all, training us to renounce impiety and worldly passions, and in the present age to live lives that are self-controlled, upright, and godly. But the word in there that really grabbed my attention this year was training. The idea that salvation is not a goal toward which we strive, but actually the grace of God and the salvation that is made manifest to all is the beginning of a course of training. And this training, I think, has something to do with fear, with transforming our relationship to fear. And that puts me in mind of those shepherds watching their flocks by night, out there camping all night long in the fields because they are afraid. Afraid that something's going to come, a leopard maybe, or a bear, or a wolf, or a jackal, or a rustler, and get their sheep and destroy their livelihood. People living close to the margin who can't afford that kind of loss. And then an angel of the Lord appears, a messenger of God on high. And the glory of God shines around them, and they are terrified. All of a sudden, they're not worried about their sheep anymore. They're worried about themselves. But the message of the angel is, do not be afraid. And really, that is the message. Do not be afraid. Not just do not be afraid of me, the angel, but do not be afraid of anything. Because to you is born this day in the city of David a Savior, who is Christ the Lord. And these glad tidings, which are of great joy for all the people, are an invitation to us to go beyond fear. They point us in the direction of the kind of Savior this is, and the kind of God who sent this Savior as a gift to us. A Savior who comes as a tiny child, with all the helplessness and need of a newborn infant. And all the potential, all the possibility for future training, for growth and development, for becoming fully mature. And that is the kind of saving that is really good news. That God comes to us as salvation and grace that enables us to grow, to transcend our fear, and become something more than we thought we could. And just to drive the point home, the angel says to the shepherds, there's a sign that you can see of what kind of Savior it is who has been born to you this night. A babe lying in a manger in precarious, unpromising circumstances, and yet watched over by his loving mother and father, because that's all he really needs. And then, as if that weren't puzzling enough, all of a sudden there is a great multitude of the heavenly host filling the sky. The whole army of God. Because that's what host means. Imagine that. Rank upon rank upon rank of angels, filling the whole heavens with glory and power. Which might suggest a Savior, the kind of Savior who's going to come down to earth at the head of a whole army of angels, who's going to destroy the things that give us fear. That's going to overthrow the people who oppress us. It's going to defeat Augustus Caesar on his throne. It's going to wipe the place clean with irresistible power raining down from God above. Like God's going to save us that way. But no, not this God, not this Savior. A babe, swaddled and lying in a manger, looking into the face of the mother